Hey there everybody, and welcome back to City Skylines. As always, my name is Leo, and I'm here with a trusty cup of coffee here to get me going for this episode. Now, in the last episode, we finished off the university and we did all this detailing work, and then we also got this sort of like community sort of off-campus accommodation for our uni students sorted out. We detailed it all up and it worked out really nicely. We added these new types of parking as well, so that's worked out really good. I quite like how the design for that one worked up. Now, and because we've now added this residential area as well, we've now started to get demand for industrial. So what I want to do, what I want to focus on this episode, and I talked about in a few episodes before, is look at doing a more industrial type sort of complex area. Especially now that we've got more educated people, we are going to need more office space as well. So what I'm going to do is I think we're going to bring it over here to this place here, and basically the plan is today is to make this area like a sort of precinct of offices, and then have like a rail connection for raw goods, and then turn this into sort of like forestry industrial exports and imports as well. So the first thing that we need to do is sort out these interchanges here. They're a little bit messy, and I think I actually did this before I had the road anarchy tool, which is now fine road tools, I think. So what I'm gonna do is actually go back quickly off camera before we start and fix up this interchange and how these roads all connect together to make it a little bit nicer as well, and then we'll cut back and start working on the main layout for this industrial precinct. So I will be back shortly. Alright everybody, I'm back. Just fixed up this interchange area and the entrance to our industrial precinct, and it does look a lot nicer. Added these sort of overpass details just to the side, just sort of to change it up from the sort of usual pillar design, and I think this looks quite nice as well, especially with these sort of footpaths on the side there, just to emphasize the foundations of that area. So now that this is all sorted out, we can start focusing on the actual layout of this part. So what I want to do first off is put a back road for this area here. So I'll just grab this and I'm going to drag it all the way out to about here, and I'm going to have it connect up to that one there. Now that's going to de-zone. That's fine, we can fix that up later. I'm not too worried about that for now, and then I'll just do that to there. And I can upgrade this, change this back to default, and just zone that back in, and then swap it to this one, and that's that problem solved. What I will do first off is just start putting a little bit of industrial in. So let's put some here, and we'll fill this part in. I might leave this space for like a car park, and then let's leave that by 2 and put that in there. And then what I'll do is I'll bring another road sort of out from here, sort of splitting off from the main area. So come to there, and then we'll just sort of give it like a 45-degree angle, sort of out, so kind of like that. And then we're going to just bring this all the way out to here, probably stop it just there for now. So let's take another street from here, bring it to about there, give it a nice curve, and just make that go out to there. and just connect that up. There we go. And then I want to add some further car parks. So I'm going to bring maybe another road out from probably about, I think here is good, and we'll make it stop there, and we'll fill this up with some car parks and things like that. So let me just find one of the big car parks is what I'm after. So this one, and let's put 2 there. Maybe we won't need this to go out as far, but that should be fine for now. And then we just need to load some more industrial, so let's put some here. And fill the rest up of this one here as well. And then I basically want to start working on putting a rail yard here. So I think I need to place down the street first because I haven't done it. Yeah, okay. So I need to put the street down. So let's take this onto default so it'll actually place. And I want to take this street just a little bit further along. So let's have it going this way, and then let's bring it to there, and then it can come down to the smaller road. So we'll sort of make it run along that one, and then it can go straight so that we can put our rail yard there. So that could work, but it's a little too close. So I'm just gonna, what I will do is probably just move this across a little bit for construction. So maybe we do it there for now. Now, as you can see, that our industry is starting to grow, which is good for the offices. But I still want to put in some of the forestry. So let's bring this road across this way. So if we bring you there, make this a bridge across there, and then we can sort of spin this round like so, and that one like that. And we can start putting in the basis for our forestry industry. So let's go to there. And maybe if we bring I might actually, so let's make this curve round with the track a little bit. Sort of coming around to there, and then just kind of sort of cul-de-sacking at the end there as well. And I'll have to pause the simulation so we can zone this and then set it to the forestry so that we don't get any undesired sort of growables. So I'll have to quickly zone this area. So let's do all of this area because this is all going to be the one type. This won't be all industry, there'll be maybe a little bit of residential, but we'll see how we go for that. We'll just fill this in all the way, get all that area that we need, and then set this one to forestry. And now when that starts, if we play that and it starts growing, we should have sort of, logging camps and sort of growable trees that are giving us a sort of supply of those types of resources. Okay, so now what we need to do is we need to connect up this area. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a connection here. So we're going to get this road from here. I'm going to bring it out to there. And I'm going to make this go along here and then pretty much just go straight into this one here. And it's going to connect up to there, so we're going to make a rail crossing. And we'll make this go straight to about sort of, let's turn snap on, cool. And then it will come out to, let's do there for now. I'm going to take prop tree here off because we don't need it just yet. And basically what we're going to do is split this area in half, and we're going to have residential over here, and then our forestry area over here. So I'm gonna sort of make like kind of like a split avenue. So we're gonna have two two-way, two-lane roads, and basically one's gonna be for industrial and one's gonna be for residential. And then what I'm thinking is that they'll converge on maybe like a roundabout here. So let's see how that goes now, and see how it turns out. So I'm going to start this one. I want to make it a pretty decent roundabout, like a 4x4 roundabout is probably the best. Although that may even be too small, but we'll see. And 4, and then 4, and then that one, and that should connect up pretty well. A little wonky on that one, so I'll just grab this one and okay, it's probably the curve, which is a bit strange. So let's just pull this one out a little bit, and then I should just pull that one in, and I think that one, oh yeah, that curves way far out, so we just bring this one back in, and that's kind of looking a lot better, which is good. So we can get rid of that tool, and then now let's make our industrial road. So we'll make it come out from here. We're pretty much just going to run this pretty directly through the center of this area, kind of just distributing it pretty evenly, but we don't have to be super exact. And then so that one's that there, and then we'll do pretty much the same thing for the residential road. And as you see, we'll probably need to fix this up later, because obviously every time I make a connection it decides to sort of change up the sort of dimensions of the roundabout. So it's basically going to sort of come around to here, and then just kind of follow this road pretty much alongside this. We can put some nice trees and stuff like that. Now it may not be at the same height as well. Yes, you can see here there is some issues with height, but we can fix that later on. That's not an issue. The move it tool will let us do that. It's no problem there. I'm just going to keep moving this along all the way. Not being overly sort of accurate, but just trying to get a decent thing, and then we'll sort of connect it up to there. And then I don't want to connect them together, so we'll probably just make them split off, you know, in their own respective directions. So one will go into industrial, and one will go into the residential. Next I want to do some roads for the forestry. Now I'll probably make most of these dirt, but I want to have one sort of main road that kind of comes from about halfway, and we may even put some offices here as well. Let's basically make this come out to there, and it's going to do like a 90-degree turn and kind of pretty much just mimic the rail line to about probably there. Do another 90-ish degree turn, so probably like that, and then it'll connect up back to this one here. There. And that looks pretty good, so I will leave it. Actually, no, I need to do the dirt roads as well. So I think dirt roads would be nice to have in a sort of forestry area. I mean, it kind of makes sense. You wouldn't have like super paved roads. Let's go one that comes out from here, and it'll turn to there, and pretty much just sort of probably make this cul-de-sac at the end here as well. And it's quite low, so I'm going to bring this one up, bring all these nodes up, that one, and then there, and I think that's it. And we'll just bring this all the way up so it's reasonably flat, and we'll go and smooth out the terrain later on as well. So I might make a side one off here that sort of comes off this one, and that can sort of end there. We can even put like some connecting paths, and again, you know, I'll probably smooth some of this out, but I think kind of like the elevation. I think that'll be quite nice as well. And then let's make one start from here, and then we can maybe make these be a bit more organic and kind of fork off a little bit. So make that one go there. Make another one split off from here to about there, and I think we'll make this one kind of connect back up to the main road here, which works well. I'm pretty happy with that layout. I may add maybe one more road that just kind of comes out from here. Yep, here. I'll take that out by a block, and that'll be, I think I'll be pretty happy with that. That's probably a good size, a good amount for our forestry. So what I will do is I will zone up, well, do out the layout for the residential, and then I'll zone it all up, and we'll cut back and see how it's all going. Alrighty everybody, welcome back. I'm just going to leave that area to grow just up there for now, but what I'm going to do is start to detail this area up a little bit, because this is kind of like a nice little sort of like loading zone area, which I think sort of lends itself pretty well to some detail work as well. So what I'm going to do is get some decals and start putting some markings on here for like trucks and stuff like that. So I'm going to find the white marker line, which is this one here. So I'll set that to 4 again, and then I'll just kind of have it coming straight out from about there, and I think that'll be as far as I go. Okay, so it took us a while, but we got there in the end. That's all good. And then I want to put some fences here to kind of block off this area. But what I will do is, I think I'm going to place a small one of these. Is that going to be, that'll work. So I have to put that there, and then I think using the move it tool we should be able to move that around to there. Okay, and that works. And then this one, we just need to sort of stick on the end there, like so. It's a little bit off, so I need to just move it a tad bit closer. There we go, that's pretty good. And then I need some fences, so I think I'm going to just use the search tool for this one, and just fence off this area here as well. There we go, so let's use these ones, and I'll take one from, I'm going to rotate these, and let's do right here, probably the shorter one, so one there, switch to the longer ones, and we'll bring that one to, yeah, to about there. I think will work. And actually I'll just bring this all the way to the edge here, so like there's pretty good. I don't know if I want to fence off this area. Actually no, I will, because then that can be sort of for this building here. So I'm just going to grab this one, we'll take it from about here, pretty much run this all the way to there, and that is that area sort of sectioned off, and then we can get some trailers and just kind of place some of them around a little bit. So let's get one of these. Let's maybe put couple here. These change colour? No, they don't. Oops. That's okay. The one I wanted was right next to it, so that's fine. I'll put that there. And it should be this one here that'll change colour, so let's put it around the other way, because they'll be coming in this way and reversing back, so it kind of makes sense to have it sort of on this angle. So put couple there. Let's put, that'll be fine. I'm going to use the move it tool to bring it down because it's just a little bit high. So yeah, just bring it down the floor, and that one. Perfect. And then we can get using crates just to place around here. So some of these boxes, so let's put the pile there. That one, and maybe a couple of single boxes just to sort of go around. Why isn't that around there? I'll have to use the move it tool to bring it down. I don't know why it's so high. It's really weird. It makes it tricky. Well, not too tricky, but it does delay things a little bit. Maybe some barrels as well. So we'll use these ones. Let's put one there. I'll put a single one, probably just a couple here. What else do I have? It's a barrier. So there's these crates of barrels which will be work well. So let's put that's underneath. So we'll put it there for now, and I'll lift that up later as well. And let's actually find some trucks as well, like the parked semis to stick around. Maybe one that's kind of waiting here at this bay. So that one. Let's put that right there. Let's put an oil tanker because we. Let's put him. Let's put him here. Stick him there. Bring him down to the ground. Same with this one. So it looks a little bit nicer. Might even actually rotate him. He looks a little odd. So let's do that one. Alright, cool. So that's pretty nice. Now I need to sort out some things here. So let us put sort of like a loading zone here. I just breathed into the mic. Let's put a loading zone sort of here. So if we get two of these, let's sort of go out to there. We'll get this sort of crosshatch one, and let's put that there. Just so they know not to go too far back when they're backing the trucks in, and then we'll just bring these out to here. And we use these caps to cap it off as well. So that one, and then that one. And we've got sort of like one, the largest loading zone, so you've got plenty of space as well. I think a fence is also going to work well there, just to sort of section it off rather than being one big area. So let's get that one. Good, so the distance between all the objects is fine, and then let's probably make it go out this way. I think I'll bring it all the way to the road side, and then we'll just bring this one here and do the same thing as well, and that works well. I wonder if I want to bring kind of one here, so that it's like, so they sort of have to come out this way. I'm not sure. Let's have a look. So let's go here and bring this back to there. If I'm going to do that, I might actually bring these back just a little bit, so that they sort of look like they have a little bit more room to sort of reverse out and come into this area, because it'd be quite close to the fence when they're backing out, but that should give them a pretty decent turning space as well. I might place some more containers down though, but maybe not so much the trucks, but not that one. Yeah, these smaller ones would work well, so let's put you there. I have a couple. put another one. Actually, I'll put two here, so one there and one there. Actually, let's have three. That works well. I like that. I just want to bring this a little bit further away from the building, so I'm just going to grab these two as well, not that one, and bring them to there. Perfect. And cool. So that's looking pretty nice. You know, I might even put some trees in this area just to kind of make it have some sort of tree. Maybe even like a sitting area for some of the workers. So I'm gonna find a decent sized tree. So maybe that should be pretty. Oops. That one's what I want. And then if we get some benches, and we'll use those to just put like a table just here, maybe two, for some of the staff and workers. And maybe bring some more parking along here, so get back to this one. And use probably to be different. We'll use the one with the handicap parking spot, and it's doing this weird thing again where it wants to go underneath the terrain, but that's fine. So we'll just grab this one, move in there, and it's all sorted. And what we should also do is add some of the tire tracks that we've got, like the decal tire tracks, because this makes the area look a bit more. So you use some like direct trucks, you know, going around, and that should be one of these ones. We could do the puzzles actually. That looks kind of cool. There's one that this one is what I want. So maybe if we put this next to that sort of fence, and then we got skid marks, and then we got, which one's going to fit this better? I think that one kind of works well, because that may yeah, here, because you can see it sort of looks like they're coming out of this area here as well. So I think that's going to work well. And I wonder if I want to put another one somewhere, sort of like that could work. Yeah, cool. I think that works well. And maybe even if there's some stains, so maybe sort of stains here where they might have dropped the crates there, and maybe I want some cracks. I feel like some cracks over here. Not patches, they kind of look a bit odd. They're not too bad. Maybe some. Yeah, I think I'll leave them. I'm not really sure about those. There's grass. I want to find like a dirt, just a bit of dirt to sort of sprinkle around. That's leaves, so on that one. Actually, that's not too bad. That kind of looks a bit nice. Let's put one there. What's the other one? That's a bunch of rocks, which I probably don't really need. So let's stick that one there. And you can see already it's starting to really take a nice sort of detailed form. And maybe, yeah, maybe let's stick a manhole sort of one there. Maybe sort of one here. Ooh, could work well. And then I guess the rest of it is just kind of putting some more minor touches like crates and things like that. So I won't do that on camera. I will come back to it. But what I will do is just expand this area a little bit more, because we still have a massive demand for industrial, and I think most of this forestry is kind of filled out. So, and we don't really have any other fertile forestry land here. So let's do some more. I think more office space is probably going to be the way to go. So let's continue this road along. Just bring out a nice 90-degree angle. We do here, and I think I'll make it so they can't say here. So if we bring that round to there, just kind of make a curve, and then that can come out by that much. And then what I could connect up this road, so let's actually do that first. So let's go to there, and then just kind of connect that one up. And then I think I'll just sort of use a path here, just so just to connect this one up, make it look nice. And that'll match up to that one pretty well. And then we'll just also bring it right alongside the car park here. And then we can start zoning this area out. So let's just do this really quickly. That space there, we'll have a couple of buildings here, and one there, and then I think we've got to check the piping, so that's there, and I think the electricity should be fine. Yes, that's fine. So we'll let that play out, and that should grow up because we still have a demand for industry, and I just add a few more shops on the side here, so like a bigger shop there as well. And I think here would be a nice place to put some sort of smaller trees, I think, or even some bushes, maybe. Let's see here, we could put like just a line of small bushes. That's the one I want, so let's just have to put that one there. Just something like that, nothing too crazy. And then what I want to do is, I did this off camera, was just like I said, do not cross lane, because you can see that these lanes will switch direction, and I found out that the point was just about there using the traffic presence, so this one might even, yeah, you'll see it turn into the right of that spot. So I should be able to, in theory, just copy all of this across. I'm not going to do them because they're really small. And then this should hopefully be the same or similar length to this one here, but not quite. So that's not a problem. I just find this sort of middle point, which I think is about there. And then I'll just deselect these ones. Oops. How do I? It's not going to let me do it. That's alright. We'll have to just select these manually. Actually, let's just do it one at a time because we need to move each one individually. So that's going to go there. That's going to go there. Just rotate these ever so slightly. This one we can probably get rid of because we don't need the short one, and then we're just going to copy this across to there. Now, to make this sort of lane switching line, I need to figure out where the center point is, where those vehicles are gonna swap, and I also need to actually adjust the. Oh no, I don't need to do that. So it should just be here. Okay, so it's a little bit further back than I was anticipating, but that's fine. We can deal with that. So it's this one. No, it's not that one. That's too big. I want not that one either. But we can actually just put that one here. And I'll fix that one up later. I think it's yes, this one here. So I'll just go back to this, figure out where the actual lane was. There. Oh yeah, you can see the gap in the line, so that should make it a bit easier. So then we'll just use this tool to, okay cool, so they're on the right distance, and then I just kind of bring this out to, yeah, perfect. If that coal car made that quite easy to figure out, to there. And actually I'll just move this one, oops. So I'll move this one to here, and I'll use the small ones just to fix up that little gap here, which is obscured by the automated, oh shit, that was terrible, the automated suburb thingy. Yeah, cool, so that's better. And I'll get rid of that if I, yeah, so now we've got these nice sort of solid yellow lines that sort of separate those two lanes, the turning lanes, and I need to fix that one up as well, so let's just quickly do that. Awesome. And now those are all done, and then, okay, so there's a few things wrong, nothing too crazy, so I might speed up the simulation, and I'll come back and see how this is going. Alright everybody, so we're coming pretty close to the end of the episode now. Just before we do the last couple of things, I just want to show you the sort of pretty much the end result of the back area for our industrial office space. So you can see I've added a lot more detail, and it really does bring this area out quite nicely. It makes it look a little bit more believable and realistic, and especially with all these sort of tire tracks, dirt marks, and just other little details, including the bollards here to stop trucks from backing into the fences and buildings. And we've also done the same thing here, and basically just makes this feel like a much more believable sort of office space. So you know, you've got these sort of offices producing maybe products or getting shipments in from transportation logistic places and those sort of things as well. So the last thing I want to do on these three quick things is add a little bit more industrial over here, add some lighting over to this way, and then what I'm going to do now is just add another track here and adding some fencing as well like that. So let's start with our rail line. We'll just make sure all of this is turned off. We got the right sort of settings here. And then we're basically just going to make it come out from here. Probably from this one here. So like that. And we'll just turn the bending off for now. And we'll get it to line up with there. And then we'll just bring this all the way across to about there. I think it's going to work well. We do need to get rid of these trees, so let's just get rid of those. And get rid of that, and I'll have to just bring that over a little bit more. So we'll just bring him over to there, and then we do need to lower this just a little bit on this end here. So grab all these nodes, and we're just going to bring them down a little bit, and don't need that one. Bring these two down. Awesome. So there's our sort of like a parking or storage area for trains, and then we're just going to get some fences here just to section it off, so we don't get any sort of pedestrians walking in the way of the trains. So let's go for these ones. I think it's going to work well, and then we just pretty much just drag this all the way along, but we got to make sure that this is turned on, and pretty much bring this let's bring it out to here, and then make this come out to there, and then just kind of bring this round to I think to here is good, because it would have been too short, and then just bring this all the way to the street, because that sort of fits there quite nicely as well. And then I basically want to cover this with a bit of dirt, just so that it's not grass as well. Yeah, so this one here, I think it's a 4x4 we want, so we're just gonna put this across all of this like that. Then we put our nice little rail tracks here, and let's get some crates that we can just sort of place alongside. Actually, no, I think it's container is what we need, not crates. Yeah, so these ones here, we just put sort of a couple that kind of line this one. And maybe we'll stick a few just over here, like so. And then I'll just have to bring these down. Let's bring this. Well, the truck's spazzing out when the lower raise it. That's kind of weird. Okay, so I won't do too much more. I think I'll just stick one more here, because I can detail that later on as well. But that just adds a nice sort of area, because it is an industrial park, so it makes sense to have sort of places where we can sort of have a train wait until it needs to be used as well. And then what I want to do is just quickly add one last set of roads here. So let's get one from here, and I just kind of want to bring it to there, and just kind of have this come all the way back to probably about here. And then I want to get a small road, a small one-way road. Yeah, just kind of have like a sort of like a little slip lane off into this road here. So I'll probably take this one, and oh, that's not what I want. I want this one, and just kind of bring this into here, and I'll have to fix that one up because the heights aren't matching, and that looks about right. Okay, so now we can sort of zone this out a little bit just to give some more office space as well. So let us do that one now, and then we'll be pretty close to done for this episode. I think we've done a decent amount, especially like a lot of detailing work in this episode, which is good. So we haven't done a huge area, but we've got a lot of cool details done, and like I really love how this has turned out, especially with the little, which I didn't show before, the little construction site in this sort of area, this sort of triangle shaped area. Didn't really know what to do with it, so I thought let's put a construction site in here just to add a bit of sort of dynamics to the whole thing, so it's not just a city that's just, you know, straight up built. So while that's doing that, I do want to do a little bit of lighting work here, and I've got these new little guardrails that I want to use on this on-ramp to the highway, because I think that's a really good spot for it. So it's these ones here, and they just come out on the Steam Workshop, and they're really good. So I'm going to start this one from here, and then just kind of, oh, that was probably a bit too sharp, and then just kind of made this come around the corner to there, and goes a little bit straight here. Oops, the bend was off, so it's still not right. There, and then that can sort of connect up to here is perfect. So it's a really nice little addition with the guardrail. And then what I want to do is add a nice big light in the center here, which is one of the airport lights, which I'll actually use. Because I find the airport light works well as a nice sort of spotlight or sort of area light to... I don't know what the difference is there, but okay. So I'll stick this one here, and I may even put a couple across here as well. So let's put one here and one there maybe. I feel like that may be too much light. You know, I'm going to get rid of these ones because I don't think that that's going to fit it too well. And I'll get one of these other lights instead. Would work well. What is that one? Reflective light single. Not sure what that is, but that kind of looks cool. So maybe we'll use some of these. So let's put one there, one over there, and then just one here. So let's have a look what that looks like sort of in the night. So let's turn that down to 9 o'clock. Yeah, so it looks quite nice as well. How does reflective lights work? They're quite bright, but they just sort of light up the side there, which is which I think looks quite nice as well. Just make it a little bit darker to see what it's like. But especially like this area with the other lights is a really nice touch as well. And I may even do something to the same extent on this side over here as well. But for now, I think that's probably going to do it for this episode. So again, thanks for watching. I'm not too sure what I want to do next episode. I was thinking maybe farmlands over in the distance because we are sort of getting close to the borders. But you know, if you've got any ideas that you want to see, feel free to comment below. And I'm definitely keen to sort of hear other people's opinions and ideas for the city. But until next time, I'll see you in the next episode. See ya.